This video is coming out on a weird day at a weird time because it's the Shin Kamen Rider video from last week. TOEI decided they didn't like the fact that I had to show examples of the movie in a review about a movie. So I am editing this video slightly and re-uploading it. Yeah, TOEI's threatening to sue me over it. Thing is I don't think they have any legal grounds here in the US, which is where YouTube and I are located, but I'm not 100% sure if it would be under American laws, Japanese laws, or international copyright laws. So I'm going to edit this video slightly, give them a middle finger, and re-upload this whole thing while deleting the original. So, sorry, have fun, don't die. I think today is a good day to talk about a movie I literally just watched the day before recording this video.
I thought you were talking about that one game your friend gave you from Beyond the Warp.
Not yet. Next week. I'm still trying to figure out how to pronounce this game.
Yeah, that's a really weird way to spell that game, but whatever, it's not that important. What do you plan on talking about this week?
The director, Shinji Higuchi. He's a man born in 1965, Shinjuku City, Tokyo, and he recently directed, in order, Shin Godzilla, Shin Ultraman, and Shin Kamen Rider. He's also done a lot of other films, including a couple of Attack on Titan movies, a few Gamera films in the 90s, and several others. But Shinji Higuchi has a sort of vibe he goes with. Incredibly dark and incredibly filled with love for what he makes. Actually, looking over his whole history, he's done a lot of weeb films. Evangelion 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, and 3.0 plus 1.01, Diebuster and Gunbuster movies and crossovers, Onimusha movies, a genuinely long IMDb list. Many of these were storyboard artists with a few other credits thrown in. Huh. He directed the opening scene for Neo. Neat! But I recently watched, as of the night before recording this video, the Shin Kamen Rider movie on Amazon Prime Video. No, I don't pay for that, but my buddy's family does, so I scrapped the view off of him. Thanks, dude! And I have a few things to say. I hope to watch the Shin Godzilla film in the near future, but as of now, I have not seen more than just a plot synopsis and general outlines of the view. But I like Godzilla and I want to see it, and minus one, because I'm an idiot and didn't see it while it was in theaters. I think it was around Christmas time, so that's why I didn't. But the only film of his I've seen seems to be this one film, Shin Kamen Rider, which seems to essentially be the first season, the OG Kamen Rider, retold by the director Shinji, and from what I've read about all his works, that pretty well says what this director is about. The two directors involved in this film, Shinji Higuchi and Hideaki Anno, primarily Anno it seems. Here in the West, that's a death nail. It's normally one director for certain jobs: art director, costume director, story director, film director, and the such. The main director, if there's more than one, is the name put on the job, and the production team wants to keep just one director and sign one paycheck. If a production company changes directors for any reason, the new director likely has no idea or thinks themselves more important than the old one, and screws things up entirely. But in Japan, they have a different culture than us here. The multiple directors thing gives multiple eyes on a product and makes it more likely that they'll see issues and fix said issues. So let's talk about this film. How it starts is exciting. It doesn't give you a taste of the world, it doesn't tease the history of the world, or much of anything. And in all honesty, there's a whole lot of what's going on. And I can't say that's bad. This movie starts with a major chase scene on a highway in the mountains, as our main character is riding a motorcycle being chased by two semis that explode. So this show does not hide what it's about. The starting fight scene are all about showing off what the main character is capable of, and he's capable of crushing skulls. There is so much blood. But how's the story? It's the entire 50-odd episode season smashed into a 2-hour movie. It is absolutely way too fast, but I also want to say this is not meant to get new people into the Kamen Rider show. The show is very good at doing that on its own. This movie is meant to be an homage to the original from 1971. This whole show quickly slaps out plot points way too fast to enjoy as a single film. But if you know what's going on, it's a lot of fun. The story is very difficult to follow if you don't know what's going on, and there's a lot of references that will go over your head unless you're like me and have a friend telling you what each reference means. For example, when Nigo shows up, you see Ichigo has his leg pointing in the wrong direction and bending the wrong way. I know this is actually a reference to the original actor breaking himself in a motorcycle accident because he did his own stunts. Wait, why do I know this guy? Hiroshi Fujioka. Huh. I recognize a lot of what he's done, especially in recent video games. But I don't think I've ever actually heard his voice since most of these are voice acting roles. Why do I recognize this OG actor? Wait, he is the singer for the original show's opening number. Yep, I've heard his voice before. But this isn't about the original show. This is about Shin Kamen Rider movie. The ending, according to my buddy, is not the same as the show. I won't tell you how it ends, but it's weird? I don't know, like I said before, everything happens way too fast, so I don't really understand what was happening up to the point. And then there's an exploding chair and magic butt powers. Okay, not exactly, but I just make that joke because apparently prana, the power they use, is soul stuff, and I know the ancient Japanese belief that the soul is held behind the anus. No, seriously. The Soul Eater in Sekiro is an example of this, and the loathsome Dung Eater in Elden Ring is called the Soul Eater in Japan. Hell, my buddy and I had a lot of laughs with the last fight by jokingly voicing the two characters. When Nigo gets his scarf, I kept jokingly voicing him saying, "Scarf, brother," with that voice there too. Now, ultimately I can say this. If I were watching this movie alone, I'd fucking hate it. Just because I didn't watch the original series. Now I want to, because I'm curious about what the OG was actually like with this guy who I thought was Sega-san. No, seriously, does this actor not look like Sega-san? Wait, this is the same actor. That's why I know him. He's the Sega superhero and the Kamen Rider. Man, now I wish the Sonic the Hedgehog was in the movie. Actually, I wonder if there's a reference to it. Look, I never had a Sega, but I'm a huge fan of the Yakuza series and most of Sega's franchises, so this makes me a little happy. Not Sonic though. I just don't care much for Sonic the Hedgehog. But all in all, if you know what you're looking for or have friends who can explain shit to you, it's a fun movie, but it is very grim too. Unfortunately, if you have no idea what the fuck is going on, the movie is extremely grim, extremely dark, and extremely fast-paced with almost no breaks between the various fights. Hell, I missed a plot point that the Rider being in his super mode for too long makes him go animalistic and savage, which explains why you only see him in his cool bug-like form for a single scene at the very beginning, despite the fact it's such a cool look. I don't know, I don't love this movie. I'm looking forward to seeing Shin Godzilla, but now I'm worried about Shin Ultraman. I know a little about Ultraman, but not a lot, so I'm worried it'll be like Shin Kamen Rider, where it's just a fast smash of the entire original series put into a 2-hour film. But now to figure out what my Wednesday video will be. Maybe the World Leaders Codex or the Death Guard one. Both are out, we'll see. Shove off.